Let's go explore some objects in the evening sky here, just to the north of Sydney, Australia. The time is 8:13 in the evening. It's Tuesday the 25th of July, and the temperature is 9 degrees Celsius and sinking down. It'll get to a little over zero in the early wee hours of the morning. Right, let's activate Tube Sky. It's the image capturing program, and at the moment the scope is aimed at Alpha Centauri, which was the last part of my calibration etc. process, and we should start now with perhaps slowing to Omega Centauri. It's a nice easy object, but it's also sinking in the sky, so now is a good time to view it. So I'll just activate SynScan, and off we go. And there we go, slowing off to Omega Centauri, and I'll get it centered in the field of view. That's pretty much it. And now set some of the exposure etc. settings. I'll set the gain to a maximum of 50. We're currently in video mode, imaging at 5 milliseconds, and I think we really should up that now to a slightly larger exposure, so we'll go up to, say, 15. That's better. We'll start to adjust the histogram to take out the background, and that's not looking too bad. That's a 15, what's it we say that was? That's 15 seconds. We could go to 20 seconds. See how we go there. Yes, that's not too bad at all. Now, the histogram, we can take the dark point across a bit further, and also I think we can color balance it better by just increasing the red setting to the right a bit. Yes, that's looking better. Okay. Now we are at 20 seconds, so there isn't too much in the way of need for dark frame. I think we can go to live stacking now, and let's say we'll take a stack of 4. That'll get rid of some of the noisy background. There we go, and we can take a snapshot of that, and we'll come back to that later. Right, it's quite a pretty sight. Magnificent object. Right, let's stop the stacking, and we'll go back to a default histogram setting, and we'll go back to 5 seconds video mode, so that we can move to the next target, which let's try Centaurus A, because that's also sinking in the evening sky. Right, that's looking just about right. I know from experience that Centaurus A is going to require an exposure time of about 2 minutes. So we'll set a running loop at that exposure. It'll take a little while for it to settle down. Yes, that's the end of the 2 minutes, and of course it's way washed out because we need to set the black point across. The colours are reasonably well balanced, so I'll just set the black point there, thereabouts there, and wait for the next 2 minutes to expire. I think we can push the blue point up a little bit. Oh, pushed it too far. Okay, have to bring it back. So, another 2 minutes wait. Yes, that's better. Okay. And I think we can now set the live stack to 4 frames. And we'll just sit back and wait. Stack of 4 now. I think we can stop the running now, so let's take a snapshot of that. Let's close this one down now and move over to the 4 bright nebula in Sagittarius, which are fairly high in the evening sky now. So we'll just got the defaults there. We've take the live stack off, and we'll go back to video mode, 5 seconds, and we'll just slew across to, let's say, the lagoon, M8. It's a good start. Right, well, that's probably about the right place. Let's give ourselves a slightly longer exposure just to see if that's the case. Let's do 20 seconds. That should be enough. Yes, that's quite nicely framed. Okay, the colour balance isn't so good. We need to take the red back a bit. And also I think yes, colour balance is pretty good there now. Alright, so let's give ourselves 45 seconds. And we'll set a dark field correction for 45 seconds. We need to set the black point. About that. And that's looking reasonable. Okay, so let's do a live stack. We've already got set the number to 4, so we'll start it rolling now and just see what we get. And there we've got a stack of 4 fairly nice. No noise in the background, very little anyhow. Oh, we'll take a snapshot of that. Let's go back to the video, and maybe we could increase the exposure a bit. Let's say minute 15 seconds. That might be worthwhile doing. So let's clear the decks, take live stack off. We'll set defaults back for the histogram, and we'll go to video mode for 5 seconds temporarily. Yeah. And now set a minute and 15 seconds and loop on that. Okay, well, the color balance is probably okay there. We need to set the black point. Do it this way. Let's say there, like that, probably reasonably good, and see what we get. Yes, that's looking good. The hourglass is blown out a bit, but we're getting more detail around the outside. So let's go to, can we go to 1 minute 30 seconds? Yep, we might even do that. So let's try that. Coming up on 1 minute 30 with a slightly adjusted black point. Yes, that's not too bad at all. Okay, let's do a stack there. Start it rolling, stack of 4, and just wait. And there's a stack of 4, fairly clean. Yes, that's a nice image. Let's take a snapshot of that, and